is very important for you to think about your personal finances. Think about how much are you earning, how much are you spending, how much is within your assets. It's very important. Now, I might be speaking this message, and in your mind you're thinking about all this and saying, why this message at this point in time? I'm broke, I don't have any money, I don't have any job, my business is struggling. Why should I really sit down and think about my personal finances, which totally don't exist? Now, you know, when you get realization of who you are, of what you have, of where you want to go, it helps you to create strategies that will help you to take you where you want to be. So the first step is us doing the realization, the reflection of where we are now. What is our net worth? I think you've heard this statement over and over again, but maybe you didn't understand exactly what they meant by net worth. Now, by net worth, of course, as I've indicated, we are looking at your assets and liabilities. What is the net? When you get what you own as an individual and subtract what you have to pay other people, what exactly remains? I know some of us, especially people that are in employment, you could be in debt, and this debt is very huge that even when you deduct it from your assets, you get negative, and that is a reality for many of us. But it's not the end of the story. It's not that we should give up on this and say, okay, to hell with our personal finances, they will sort out themselves. We have to take personal responsibility of where we want to take our personal finances to. You get it? So it's very important for us to have that in mind, that we have to take charge. We have to take lead of our personal finance journey. We will have to take lead of where we want to see our personal finances. Very, very important. So after you've done a realization, a self-reflection of your incomes, of your expenses, you've gone ahead to also look at your assets and liabilities. Now, as you look at all this, there are things that are coming to your mind. There's something that is coming to your mind, saying you have less assets, you have a lot of debt, you have only a single income, maybe you're spending a lot of money on, let's say, finances, which is the reflection on where we want to be. Now, after you've done a self-reflection of your current personal finance journey, yours next is to think about, where do I want to be? Where do I want to go? You get it? And you get down on still on the same items. In terms of assets, which assets do you want to own as an individual? And also look at liabilities. What kind of debt do I want to clear by a given point in time? Now, we are in the last half of the year, and you have to strategize and see that you get something out of this last month. Because unless you strategize, guys, things will not just happen by mistake. Things will not just fall from up heaven and they fall and they happen. You have to take control. You have to take charge. And that is why we are doing all this, to train you, to inspire you, to see that you're becoming much better when it comes to your personal finances. So very, very important for us to think about where we want to go. What are our aspirations? What is that we are looking at? You get it? It's good to aspire as an individual, because when you aspire, you rejuvenate your soul to be able to push for something that you really want to go to. So aspirations are really very key, and you have to also get down that on paper. Where do I want to go in terms of my incomes? Where do I want to go in terms of my expenses? If you realize when you're listing down your expenses that you're spending a lot of money on expenses, yours is to now note it down and say, okay, let me budget for how much is coming in. Because guys, the challenge that you really face along the way when you're not tracking your expenses is that you end up spending more than you earn. You end up spending more than you earn, and that is why we have many people that are caught up in debt, because they are spending more than they earn. And reason why this is coming through is because they have not planned. They have not planned for the little they have. You get it? Today, if you're earning, let's say maybe you're earning, maybe I would use maybe 100 naira, and 100 naira is 1 million Uganda shillings. That is the amount of money you're earning. Now, yours is to plan and say, of this money, how much do I want to save? How much do I want to invest? How much do I want to, let's say, maybe put into emergency fund? How much do I need to, let's say, maybe give to charity, maybe as tithe as well? You get it? So you have to make these reflections and make decisions that are critical to your journey of achieving your financial freedom. So that step of thinking of where you want to be, how much you want to own, how much you want to put in emergency fund, how much you want to exactly get at the end of the day, is very important along your journey of personal finances.